Hi, it's Kim from Expressions of the Universe with your weekly wisdom for January 17th through the 23rd. And I'm going to have you do a pick a card for this week, the in between the moons week. So you want to do card number one, card number two, card number three. And I'll do the reveal in just a second. Super, super crazy week ahead. Keeping it short and simple. Our crystal of the week, it's carnelian, and it is about action. It's about taking action, but not in an insurrection, political protest type of way. This is about getting up, moving your body, moving and grooving. Carnelian is great to keep with you, to give you that energy. It's also about creativity. Carnelian also suppresses appetite. So if you're trying to lose weight, especially with any New Year's resolutions, this is the ticket. A piece of this and a piece of appetite, ironically, and that will do the trick. I have your goddess card for the week, and I said a couple weeks ago that I will feature a goddess card for every week of this year. There are 52 cards in the deck. And this week it is all about Green Tara. And Green Tara is asking us, and when I first picked her, I was like, oh, okay, well, I know she's all about spirituality and, being good and kind and everything. This card says salvation. And so when I looked into the meaning, and I'll just read you a little excerpt from the book. This is the Goddess Power deck that I'm using this entire year by Colette Baron Reed. Anyway, it goes perfect with the energy that we are in. Green Tara, known as She Who Saves, is here to remind you that salvation is contingent on your willingness to release your ego conflicts and surrender your wants and unmet desires to the divine. Do you find yourself swimming in a nagging spiral of dissatisfaction? Sometimes, yes. Are you comparing yourself to others and always coming up short? Do you feel entitled to the manifestation of your wants arriving in the only form that you will accept? When you are suffering from longing and wanting, you are like a hungry ghost that will never be fed, blind to the opportunities that are truly yours. Never fear. Just as a true friend will let you know when you're off track, Green Tar will let you know when you're out of alignment. She will save you from the destructive qualities of hubris, entitlement, and elitism, as well as the conscious of lack, with the following alignment task. Get right with yourself and the world again. Get right with yourself and the world again. First, know that you are exactly where you need to be right now. And if that means empty for a time, that is perfect. Instead of looking at what isn't there, bless every tiny aspect of your life with deep gratitude. Green Tara will show you that the world is your friend. You've only been fighting against yourself. So, all this bullshit going on in the world, especially in the United States, you've only been really fighting against yourself, because when you're at peace with yourself, none of that stupid illusion of all that political crap will even matter. Seriously, like, a lot of people need to get over themselves, and just realize, like, it's just a distraction and illusion from really enjoying your life. So, anyway, I will give you more information on this, an empowerment message. I will post that maybe tomorrow. How does that sound? Um, all right, so looking at, want you to pick again. Let's just do these and then I'll do the astrology real quick and then I'm going to go. Um, did you choose card 1, card 2, or card 3? And I will just do a quick synopsis here of the meanings. This will be your personal card for the week. And then I'll do a further channel message with the astrology on Monday for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and then Friday and the weekend. So if you chose card number 1, it is the Rose's Kiss. And you know what? I want to turn off. Let's see. Hopefully, oh, I don't have enough light. But see, this light is actually, it's a sun lamp because I get I get really grumpy when there's no sun outside. What is it called? SAD, seasonal affective disorder. And so because of the blue rays, the color of this card looks funny, but you'll see it when I post it. But the Rose's Kiss, I really like this because this has us focusing on our true joy, finding joy in everything, but also tapping into all of our senses. And so, this is seeing, smelling, hearing, feeling, sensing, in our intuition, our sixth sense. And it's also taste. So diving into all of our senses so that we can find joy in that sensory perception. And I think that's for card number 1. So that's what I'm prescribing for you to do this week. Card number 2, it is the uncharted sea. So this is the land of the unknown. This is also the land of the in-between. It is venturing into a place that you're not sure where you're going, but just giving everything up, giving your fears up to being divinely guided. You don't know how things are going to turn out. You don't know what you will find along the journey. And if you're just okay with that, knowing that you won't be misguided, that is your message for card number 2. And then card number 3, it is Divine Matrix. Wait, let me see if I really wish that I could just show you what the true colors are. Well, you'll see them. You'll see them when I post them. When I post this card on Friday. Divine Matrix talks about synchronicities, messages, paying attention to it, but it also talks about how a lot of people think that everything in life, and even people in life, and the people we meet, and the people we know, and the situations we're in, that they're all separate and part of like separate compartments. And the Divine Matrix talks about how everything is synchronistic, divinely orchestrated. And so we have to be really mindful of where we're putting our thoughts because that's what winds up showing up for us. It's like you worry about something, it's like you're putting a wish or a prayer out into the world for that thing to show up. So be really mindful. I even posted, and so that's your message. If you took card number 3, it's about finding the synchronicities and messages in daily life. You'll have to wait for Friday to get the full message. Um, I posted on Facebook and Instagram today the word abracadabra and just kind of pointing out that whatever you speak is a prayer of magic, abracadabra. Whatever you think, whatever you're posting. And like I'm even guilty of, a sarcastic post here and there. But when you worry, and when you pray, these are all wishes that you're putting out to the universe. So, like, be really impeccable. And, I say that all the time because right now we're really praying for peace. We're praying for unity. Maybe not all of you are, but I know I am. And a lot of my friends are. Um, it's going to be a crazy week. So, looking at the astrology, we have, I have two different astrological calendars here. One has more information in it than the other. So, Sunday, we have a void of course moon in Pisces going into Aries. This is where it gets a little heated. On Monday, January 18th, moon moves into Aries at 2:07 a.m. So, with that, the moon will be aspecting Saturn and Jupiter. Um, don't forget that Saturn is squaring Uranus for the next 26 months. Mercury, Jupiter, Chiron, Saturn are all going to be aspecting the moon. So we're having conversations where wounds are coming up. There's the moon conjuncting Chiron. So this is going to start trigger our wounds. Also, Chiron is in Aries, so it is about ourself, our self-image. If you are carrying wounds around, it's going to trigger some ego things. The moon making these aspects, it's about rules and restrictions, expansion, more, and the way that we're communicating. The moon is all about our emotions. So I expect that to be Monday to be an electrically charged day. Then the sun will move into, oh goodness, the sun moves into Aquarius. Happy birthday, Aquarius. Holy crap. On the 19th. So it's moving in a little bit early because we had a leap year last year. So uh, January 19th, Tuesday, sun moves into Aquarius at 3:39 p.m. We have Mercury squaring Pluto, the moon, quincunxing the nodes, the moon, sextiling the nodes, Mercury, squaring Pluto. Now this is where it gets a little scary. Moon in Aries, squaring Pluto in Capricorn. Pluto is death, endings, which lead to transformation and rebirth. That moon moving into Wednesday, January 20th, which is the presidential inauguration in the United States, I'm a little worried. And, I just said worry is a prayer. I know that. But just looking at, this energy um, for the 20th, the 19th into the 20th. Remember last week's video, I talked about the anaretic degree of any sign, that 29th degree. So, whether or not you live in the United States, I do, so I got to talk about this. I'm sorry, but this is a good lesson. Mars was at the anaretic degree of 29 degrees in Aries when that insurrection occurred in Washington, D.C., at the Capitol building on January 6th, okay, creating a lot of violence. Aries is the god of war. It's ruled. Mars is the god of war. Aries is ruled by Mars. That 29th degree, it's volatile. It's definitely, it is. Well, guess what? At the inauguration, not only will the moon be void of course, which means I don't think this president will last very long. I think there's going to be a big highlight on the first female president of the United States. I don't know when that's coming, but it is. And not only the first woman, but the first woman of color. I'm excited about that. Um, I'll tell you why in a minute. But this moon, when the inauguration ceremony begins, will be at the energetic degree of Aries, like that same energy that we saw on January 6th, squaring Pluto. Now, remember, Pluto is death and endings, but it's also transformation and birth. It could go either way. The moon will move into Taurus at 1:56 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, approximately 2.5 hours after the beginning of the inauguration ceremony. I would hope that maybe it'll be delayed. I know they use astrologers down in Washington. So I'm hoping that they look and see that the moon's void. Of course, the moon is at that energetic degree. Typically, it's set up on this day so that the sun and the moon and the planets are kind of aligned the way they are, because the rising sign will be in Taurus. It's like that grounded energy. And it's like that, every on that date every year. Um, I'm hoping that they see that and they delay it, also knowing that there could be a lot of violence down in Washington. People are disillusioned by a fascist dictator. I can't believe this ever happened in the United States, but it doesn't surprise me. I knew that we'd be watching a 4-year reality television show, and that's what we got. This country has been so traumatized, and it's a shame because a lot of people were sucked into a delusional cult. But it's because people are hurting. People are hurting, and people don't see that this president that's leaving only serves one person, and that is himself, and has people believing, and this is what he does in business, has people believing like that he cares or that you'll get something out of it. And then he leaves people high and dry. I know a lot of people that have worked for him. So, I mean, just anyway, off that bandwagon. Let's pray for peace. Let's pray that the squared Pluto is not the death and endings. Let's pray that it is the transformation and birth. And then I also want to pray that the inauguration is delayed by a couple of hours so that the moon is actually in Taurus, which could happen. If it isn't, and it is void, of course, I doubt that this will be a long lasting presidency. So that's now we're up to Wednesday. Thursday, things calm down a little bit. Moon is conjuncting Uranus and Mars, so that's another volatility. That's also expect the unexpected. Moon squaring Jupiter. I'm not getting any feeling. I'll have more information on that later. And then we end the week with some more surprises. And that's kind of all I'm going, because like that's just how it is. We're in a quiet period as I'm recording this, and I'm really enjoying it. Next week on Thursday, January 28th, we have a full moon in Leo at 9 degrees. That's going to be a busy, crazy day. I will say, I'm just going to leave it at that. So it's manifesting our joy and creativity. It's opening up that doorway, and I think the carnelian will really help with that. So that's all I've got for you. Let's keep this under 20 minutes. Have a great week. Check out my other videos. Subscribe to my channel if you like to. Give me some thumbs up. Comment me. Let me know what you think. Good or bad, whatever. I'll respond, even if it's usually always good. Okay. Have a great week. I love you. Prayers for January 20th, Wednesday. And Stay home if you can.